Hey there guys, in today's video we're going to be showing you how to camouflage rifle wrap your airsoft rifle or AG. I got a comment recently from a user named SleepyTF who wanted to see how I applied the Jackal rifle wrap to my sniper as well as my M4. So we're going to be going over that today. So the Jackal rifle wrap is what I have here. I have mine in a woodland camo, and again I've done a review for this. If you want to see the video, I'll put it in the description as well as an end card. But it's pretty easy to apply to a rifle. You just want to make sure that you've got the camo netting facing out. So like on the other side there's this OD green. I want the camouflage to be facing out. So what I've done is just stuck the barrel through part of it, and you could use a rubber band or a hair tie or something. I've forgotten both of those, so I'm using a zip tie just for the demonstration. And I have that zip tie there just to make it a little bit easier to apply this while I'm just turning this around basically. If you guys want to put a bipod on, I'd recommend doing that beforehand so you can kind of navigate around it, whereas if you were to just keep going like this, you'd cover it up and that might be a little bit harder to find how to get it on. Same thing goes for the magazine slot. You might want to make that a little bit easier to get to, so I'm going to leave mine kind of loose around that area so that if I want I can exchange magazines, and I'm just going to keep going. You also want to be careful if you're using an optic not to cover it up, so I've got mine set up like this, and then I'm also going to be careful not to cover the bolt because I want that to be able to move. Then we also want to be able to use the trigger guard, so we're not going to cover that. Now I'm at the end and I've got a little bit of excess. If you guys have other rubber bands, you could stretch them over the whole thing, or what I'm going to do just for now is tuck it into the rest of the camouflage netting. And for the sniper rifle, that's pretty much all I have to do, and now the outline of the rifle is kind of broken up. And then for the area that I play in, which is woodland, the camouflage kind of matches. It's not the easiest process, but I have left enough slack that I can change the magazine if I need to. Same goes for bolt operation. I can still rack and bolt it without any of the camouflage netting getting in the way. And I can also see clearly down the scope, so I don't have to worry about any of that getting in the way. Now we can repeat the same process for any airsoft rifle. I'm using an M4, but we just want to use the same process of not trying to cover up anything that's really important and attachments are going on first. I'm just going to keep turning this, and we've left the front side open. Once I get to the rear sight, I'm going to leave that open as well. Once we get to the magazine, I'm going to go just behind the grip instead of going down over the magazine so we can still access that. Now that I have some slack, I'm just going to take it back up and over and kind of double up where I've been. And then once again, since I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes, I'm just tucking it into the back here and using a zip tie at the front. But if you were doing this, I'd imagine you'd want to use something like rubber bands or maybe a black zip tie. I'm using a clear one. One thing I didn't mention on the sniper, but I'm going to mention that I do on this as well, is I like to leave the stock open just so that this is going to be rubbing up against my shoulder and I don't want all that camouflage in the way. And again, this works pretty well at breaking up the outline of the rifle, and we can run through all of our checks. I can access the foregrip pretty easily. I can still see down the sights without the camouflage netting getting in the way. I can also eject the magazine and put one back in. I can access the trigger guard as well as the safety on the other side. And then there is a spot for a sling on this rifle. I'm not currently using one, but if you're going to do a rifle wrap and you have a sling, I'd recommend taking that off first. If you have the sling on during this process, you're more than likely just going to tangle yourself up in it, and it's going to be a lot easier just to attach it on afterwards. But that's about it for the process. If you guys are interested in learning more about this, I have a review up for it. Like I said, I'll have a link in the description. If you're looking to purchase one of these, I'll also have a link in the description. I think they're less than 20 bucks online. I think that is going to be about it for today's video. SleepyTF, thank you for the suggestion. If anyone else has suggestions of their own, feel free to post them down in the comments below and I might make a video about it. But that's all I've got for you guys today. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.